So whenever we are getting this kind of, because we are already trying to entering into the Hive mode, and this one basically an issue, so where we are not going to the Hive mode. So the reason is it is trying to give, let's try to copy this, paste, yes. So basically there is a command called, safe mode leave, safe mode leave, so that once you run that, everything will be halted. So we want because the 1 minute, the machine is a little slow. DFS admin safe mode leave. These are all the admin operations. Yes. Now let's go to the Hive and what we discussed, and let's move on to the table. So the objective is we are trying to create the partitioning on that particular table, the one which we discussed last time. And let's see the step by step. So this is where last time we created this table, input table under X database. Let's check. And use X show tables. So it has input underscore table, right? Show table. So it's not there. How come? No issues. Let's create the table once again. I think we didn't push it. Okay, that's fine. Not a problem. Create the table and it's created, and try to load the data. As we know that real underscore state.csv file This has all the data and we are trying to loading into the input underscore table. So try to load it and paste. Okay, now let's check whether the data is loaded. Select star from input underscore table, input, that's it. So it has the data now. So we are trying to create the partitioning, as we know that this particular CSV file having the state is there. So based on the state, we are trying to create the partitioning. So that is our objective. Okay, before going to create the partitioning, make sure that we have to enable the partition should be enabled with these below commands. Partitioning this below commands. So make sure that, and also you can define how many partitions you want. I mean the overall, the cluster level or whatever it is, you can define it. Okay, I'm not going to talk about the bucketing at this moment. We are focusing more on the partitioning. Let's enable this partitioning. It's enabled now. So create a separate table by partitioning of the column city. So this is another table I'm creating, and I am applying partitioning on the city table, city column. Okay, let's create it. Forget about the other columns or whatever it is. We are creating a partitioning on the city. So table bucket underscore table is the table. Now we created bucket underscore table. So I will do one thing. I will name it as a partition underscore table, so that the meaning it make the meaningful name. So leave that, but it's already created, but I'm creating a partition and I'm going to use this table, partition underscore table for the partition. So it's show tables. So partition underscore table. So if you choose select star from partition underscore table, there should be something on PART, right? So nothing is there, and you can describe DESCRI, describe partition underscore table. So you can see these columns and partition information, and it is also very clearly saying that city is the partitioning information of this column. Okay, now try to load. So since we created a table, input underscore table, we already loaded. Now try to load this table data into partition table. So let's do that. Now basically what I'm trying to do is, because we created initially input underscore table, we load the data, real underscore state data. Now it has the data, and again we created another table, partition underscore table, that we applied the partitioning on the city column, partition underscore table. Now we are loading input table data into the partitioning table. Let's do that. Yes, now it start, because it will take some time, because internal is going to run all the map process, reduce processes, all this stuff, to creating all these the partitions, right? So let it continue. Let it continue. It will take some process. It will take some time. And once this process is done, whatever the data we are seeing, CDTT, and if it's looking to, I will say less, and real underscore state dot CSV, I will see the last information. So, yeah. So it is the complete the records, right? Different records, right? So in this we have the state information, CE, and some other information. The state is, you know, let's see the so let's see how it's going to. So it just started, something like that we can see. And as we know that we are using X database, and under the X database it is going to create the partitions, whatever the partition is going to. Let's see, we can see the same thing in the browser level as well. Close this. And yeah, so under this x.db, so we created the db x and we are using that. So now after that, what we done is we created a table, partition underscore table, right? So in the partition underscore table, it contains all the partitions. So currently that process is running. Once this process is completed, and this is going to create the number of partitions based on the city column. So let's wait for it. And we can also see copy. Let me try to open this as well here. Okay, so yes, yeah, and I can say ls, yes. We can see from the command line and as well as from the UI. So it's currently it's running. Yes, the process is completed. Now let's refresh it. Now see, so we have different cities. We applied partition on the particular city. So we have Antelope, Auburn, Cameron Park, Carmichael, Cool. There are multiple partitions creations. Let's go to one partition where you can see. So there are groups of data created basically under the partition only. So this is, you know, separate groups. I will explain you that we can call it as a bucket. So now we can focus on the partitioning. So tomorrow, if you want to looking for the data of this particular partition, you can directly see this partition. So let us see how we can see the partitions. Show partitions under partition underscore table. Show partition. So 1 minute, please. I think the command. So show partitions. Yeah. Show partitions, partition underscore table. You can see the partitions which are created. See this, right? At the same time, what we done is from the command prompt, you can see this all the partitions, right? Now you see all the partitions.